Assalamu alaikum. I am Jawad Ahmad, and today we are present in our next economics class in which we are going to cover what are the different types of goods that are available in the market for consumers, producers, and as per the perspective of the government. So, before we can start our class, kindly subscribe my channel so you can get all my videos on a timely basis. Let's start our class. Types of goods. Our wants are satisfied by the consumption of the goods. Goods can be classified into three types. In order to study what are the different types of goods, there are three perspectives you have to consider in your mind. Firstly is consumer point of view, second is producer point of view, and third is government point of view. Each one have its own needs and wants and rationalization behaviors. So you have to study them separately in order to understand what each sector of the economy requires from different type of goods. So in this today's class, we're going to cover goods from the consumer point of view. Let's start. First type of the goods are inferior goods. Inferior goods are such goods which are not normally demanded by the consumer, or they are such type of goods which are not dependent upon the price of the goods. Consumer have to consume that at any cost. So let's study from the notes. Inferior goods are those which demand decrease as income increases. These goods have negative income elasticity of demand. They have direct relationship with price. When price of these goods increases, their demand for also increases. But if we compare them with income, if income of the consumer increases, he will consume less quantity as compared to previous one, because his when income of a consumer increases, its purchasing power also increases. Therefore, the goods that are firstly required due to less purchasing power are not required now. So, inferior goods have direct relationship with price and inverse relationship with income. We can also prepare a list for our reference purpose. Inferior goods, those goods which have direct relationship with price but they have inverse relationship with income. So, when purchasing power of the consumer increases, he consumes less quantity of inferior goods as compared to earlier. For example, is public transport. When your income increases, you will try to purchase your own vehicle instead of using public transport. So, when the purchasing power increases, the consumer will less use public transport and will prefer private transport. So it is the first type of goods as per the perspective of consumer. Second one is normal goods. Normal goods are those goods that have normal goods are the routine goods. When price of a commodity increases, its quantity demanded decreases. So they have inverse relationship as compared to prices. And when consumer income increases, its demand for the goods also increases. So it means that they have a direct relationship with the increase in the income and inverse relationship as compared to the prices. For example, milk or other necessities. Normal goods are those goods whose demand increase as income increases. These goods have positive income elasticity of demand. For example, milk and other daily routine necessity items. Third type is superior goods. These are luxury goods. Superior goods are those goods whose demand increased by larger portion as income of the consumer increases. So, superior goods are the luxury items. They are normally demanded when there is a high increase in the income of a person. So, they have a direct relationship with income. So, these goods have positive income elasticity of demand, which is much greater than 1. In next classes, I will explain that how you will value the value of income elasticity of demand. What happened if it is less than 1, it is greater than 1, equal to 1, or there is a larger increase or an infinite increase in elasticity of demand. So you have to wait for the next classes for this concept. For example, luxury items, for example, BMW, Lamborghini, and others. These are all luxury items normally demanded when there is a very high increase in the income of the consumer. Now move to the fourth type, that is independent goods and related goods. Independent goods are those goods for which two products have no close relationship or do not depend upon each other. Independent goods are those goods for which price of one good does not affect the demand for the other goods. For example, shoes and fan, chair and watch, pen and car, etc. So, independent goods are those goods for which increase in price of one good does not affect demand for the other goods. So, such goods are called independent goods. Next one is related goods. Next one is related goods. Related goods are those goods that have some significant relationship with other quantities demand. That means that price change in the price of one good affect the demand for the other good. Firstly, we are going to study substitute goods or competitive goods. Substitute goods are those goods that can be used in place of each other. Substitute or competitive, those goods that can be used in place of other goods. For example, if price of Coke increases, then demand of Pepsi will decrease, will increase, because Pepsi is a substitute good of Coke. If price of Coke increases, demand for Coke decreases and demand for Pepsi increases. Similarly, take another example. If price of Sprite decreases, its demand will increase and ultimately demand of 7 Up will decrease. So such goods in which change in price of one good affect demand for the other goods are called substitute goods. So let's study from the notes. These are the goods which serve the same purpose and are used in place of each other. Increase in the price of one good lead to increase in demand for the other goods. For example, Coke and Pepsi, pen and pencils, tea and coffee, petrol and CNG, mutton and chicken, and others. Now come to the last related good, that is complementary or complement goods. These are the goods which serve the same benefits and are necessary to be used simultaneously or at the same time. Complementary goods. Those goods that are used together. For example, mobile and charger, mobile and SIM card. So, if price of mobile increases, demand for charger also increases and vice versa. So, these goods which serve different purposes and are used together. Increase in the price of one good lead to decrease in the demand for the other good. For example, toothbrush and toothpaste, car and petrol, pencils and erasers, mobile and charger, DVD player, cigarette and lighter, etc. So these are the 4 or 5 types of basic goods as per the perspective of consumer. First is inferior good, second is normal good, third is superior good, fourth one was independent goods, fifth one are the related goods. So I hope that the concept has been well explained to you. Kindly subscribe my channel so I continue to make such videos for your guidance. Let's meet in the next class with type of goods as per the producer's perspective. Thank you for your time.